How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
All right, so tell us a story.
Two guys sat down at a table.
Yeah, tell me a story. It's a
I
good
wanna
title, right?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
What? How much of the fairy tales are we actually going to see incorporated in this? Will it be very recognizable, or is it going to be more subtle?
Subtle.
It's quite subtle.
Yeah. Well, it's subtle compared to
subtle.
like Grimm or Once Upon a Time,
Sure, of course.
where
yeah,
you're
yeah,
actually
yeah.
in a fairy tale land. This is
These are humans, and they're in these settings, and you'll pick up on it. You'll be like, oh, okay. Oh, that's, if you're at all familiar with any of these stories, like the Little Red Riding Hood or the Three Little Pigs, you'll know immediately, like, aha, there's that hint. It's very smartly done.
yeah.
So are there no supernatural elements to this at all?
No supernatural elements. It's very rooted, very grounded. Manhattan is the woods that all these characters get lost in. It's Manhattan, and it just feels like a psychological thriller, and its themes and characters are borrowed from fairy tales.
So now you both are pigs in the Three Little Pigs.
No.
Wolf.
Wolf. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
What?
it's actually we haven't even
You
really
are
even
pig.
we've been trying to figure out like how much to even say without
Yeah,
giving stuff
we're
away.
not, yeah, it's,
I was
it's,
gonna say, which little pig are you?
Yeah.
well, I don't want to say.
Yeah.
I want audiences to figure that out.
Yeah.
But all I can tell you is that, we sort of, what appears initially absolutely shifts, and it's interesting who becomes the sort of person you're rooting for right now. And immediately you're like, oh yeah, that's the good guy, and you're like, okay, and then it sort of just shifts.
And what's cool about there's three fairy tales taking place at the same time, right? Little Red Riding Hood, Three Little Pigs, and Hansel and Gretel. And the story that Paul and I are in, you meet both of our characters completely independent from one another, with no idea of who's going to be the wolf and who's going to be the pig. Really, you just meet these guys who are living their lives. But like in real life, when this event happens, when our lives intersect, and an event takes place, it sends one on one path and the other on another, and then the audience at home will go like, oh yeah, okay, there's the fairy tale. That's why it's that fairy tale. Yeah.
I never thought of it that way, but yeah. How I approach the playing that character. That's pretty interesting. Well, I think Stefan was sorry to talk about that. I know you don't watch the show.
First of all, I love it. I'm gonna go home and watch it.
Yeah, well, just okay. No comments. No, look, Stefan. Ultimately, I know I tried to humanize Stefan as much as possible. We all did, but we were dealing with very almost like super. It was obviously superhuman, and so we gave ourselves a little more leniency. And the truth is, it wasn't as raw and gritty, and it was flawed. Everything. Even when you did abuse the blood, and you had to kind of do it in a specific, almost sensual way. There was a sensuality and a sexuality and a kind of heroic quality to even the substance abuse issues. This is a much more darkened version of that. It's a little uglier. It's a little more like what you kind of see. It's still TV, of course, but it's more sort of it's real. It's more real because we're actually dealing. Vampires don't exist. And I'm sorry, guys. I hate to break it to
Way to
you.
spoil it for us.
Santa Claus does, but vampires don't. These people are real people, so we can't glamorize drug abuse or substance abuse or alcoholism. We can't just make it. We want to make it real and authentic as possible.
Sorry, guys. Just have to do one.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
They intersect. Like if you've ever seen the movie Crash, like certain characters know each other from a story. Certain characters will pass each other in the street. So it'll be enough that I think it'll be exciting to watch, but separate enough that, three separate storylines are unfolding in the show. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.